Did you know that 93% of communication is nonverbal? That's right. What you say only accounts for 7% of how people perceive you. The rest comes from how you say it and how you carry yourself. That means your body language, tone, and pauses are just as powerful as your words. Yet, most people overlook these simple but powerful techniques. In this video, we're diving into the art of leadership communication. I'll show you how to speak with authority, make others respect you, and become the kind of leader people want to follow. You don't need to be loud or aggressive, you just need to learn how to communicate smarter. From mastering silence to using stories that inspire, you'll discover how small changes in your speech can make a big impact. Ready to unlock the secrets of speaking like a true leader? Let's get started. You might just be surprised by how easy it can be. Chapter 1. The Power of Silence. Speak less, command more. Silence can be one of the most powerful tools in your leadership arsenal. Think about it. Leaders who speak too much can often lose their impact. When you leave space between your words, people listen more closely. It's called strategic silence. According to leadership expert Peter Drucker, the most important thing in communication is hearing what isn't said. That pause between your words can make you seem more thoughtful, measured, and in control. In meetings, instead of rushing to fill every moment with speech, take a breath. Hold a brief pause after making a statement. This silence shows confidence and makes people wait for your next words, increasing their anticipation. Research backs this up. People pay more attention when the speaker uses pauses effectively. A study from the University of Michigan found that speakers who leave pauses between ideas are viewed as more authoritative. A simple tip. When you finish making your point, don't immediately jump to the next topic. Let your words settle. Allow time for reflection. This subtle strategy helps you appear more composed, and it signals that you're not just speaking for the sake of speaking, you're thinking before you act. Even in difficult conversations, silence can work wonders. If someone challenges you, don't rush to reply. Instead, pause, assess the situation, and respond thoughtfully. The longer you wait to answer, the more people will respect your calm, composed demeanor. Leadership is about confidence, and silence is a key signal of that confidence. Chapter 2. Vocal Authority. How to command attention without yelling. Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to command a room with their voices? It's not about volume, it's about control. Leaders don't need to yell to be heard. They use vocal authority. A study by the University of California revealed that people are more likely to trust a person with a calm, steady voice over someone who speaks rapidly or shouts. Your tone can make or break how people perceive your authority. When you speak in a low, measured tone, people associate that with power. In fact, studies have shown that we subconsciously link deep voices with strength and trustworthiness. Think about the presidents or CEOs you admire. Most of them have deep, steady voices that naturally draw attention and respect. Speaking with confidence doesn't mean you need to be loud. Instead, work on speaking clearly and with purpose. Practice your tone by reading aloud in a calm and controlled manner. This is a technique used by great leaders, from Martin Luther King Jr. to Steve Jobs. King's famous, "I have a dream," speech was powerful not because he shouted, but because his voice was steady and resonant, filled with meaning. Another strategy: slow down. Leaders who speak at a slower pace are often perceived as more in control. Studies show that people speak faster when they're nervous or unsure. Slowing your speech gives the impression that you're confident and composed, two key qualities of a leader. Remember, it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. A leader's voice should carry authority without the need to raise it. When you speak in a way that's calm and intentional, others will naturally follow your lead. Chapter 3. The 3-second rule. Pause, plan, deliver. When you're in the heat of a conversation, it can be tempting to jump in with a quick response. But rushing to speak can undermine your authority. Instead, try implementing the 3-second rule. This rule is simple. Take 3 seconds to pause, gather your thoughts, and then respond. This brief pause helps you formulate a more thoughtful, composed answer, and makes you appear more confident. The 3-second rule isn't just a leadership hack, it's backed by research. Studies from the Harvard Business Review suggest that leaders who take a moment to think before responding are seen as more intelligent and thoughtful. They're less likely to say something they'll regret, and more likely to make a lasting impact. Next time you're asked a tough question, don't rush to fill the silence. Instead, pause for 3 seconds. This pause will show others that you're not only thoughtful but that you're in control of the situation. When you take a brief moment to think, people trust you more. They know you're not just reacting, you're processing. In group discussions, the 3-second rule also allows others to process what you've said. This extra pause gives people the chance to reflect on your words, increasing your influence. Studies in communication have shown that leaders who give others a moment to think are more effective in moving groups toward consensus. Also, the 3-second rule reduces the chance of over-explaining. When you pause, you often speak more succinctly and directly. By eliminating unnecessary words, you ensure that your message is stronger and more impactful. These strategies, silent pauses, vocal control, and calculated thinking, are the foundation of effective leadership communication. When you master these techniques, you don't just speak like a leader, you become one. And the best part? People will start to respect you not because of what you say, but because of how you say it. Don't forget to subscribe for more leadership tips like this. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a video. Chapter 4. Words with weight. Stop saying, sorry, and start saying, I own it. As leaders, our words carry weight. Every phrase we use sends a message about our confidence and authority. One phrase that weakens leadership communication is, sorry. Over-apologizing can make you seem uncertain and lack control. In fact, a study by the University of Toronto found that people who frequently apologize are seen as less competent and less authoritative. Take a moment and think about how often you say, sorry, in a conversation. Are you apologizing for minor things that don't need an apology, like asking a question or requesting help? Every time you say, sorry, unnecessarily, you diminish your leadership presence. It's time to stop apologizing for existing or for doing your job. Instead of saying, sorry, shift to phrases like, I own it, or, I take responsibility. Leaders who embrace accountability gain respect because they don't shy away from mistakes. When you own your actions, others see you as more reliable and trustworthy. A well-known leadership coach, John C. Maxwell, famously said, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Owning your actions shows your commitment to your path and leadership. This doesn't mean you should never apologize. Apologizing when you've made a true mistake can strengthen your integrity. But use the apology sparingly. Apologies should be genuine, not a default response. A study published in Psychological Science found that people who avoid apologizing excessively are seen as more confident and are more likely to be perceived as leaders. So, next time you feel the urge to apologize for something minor, resist. Instead, own your actions and let your confidence shine. Chapter 5. The Art of Storytelling. Influence through emotion, not just facts. As a leader, one of the most powerful tools you have is storytelling. It's not just about delivering facts, it's about making an emotional connection with your audience. Humans are wired to respond to stories. According to research from the Nielsen Company, stories are remembered 22 times more than facts alone. People remember stories because they evoke emotion, and emotion drives action. The key to great storytelling as a leader is making the audience feel something. When you share personal stories, challenges, or triumphs, you give people a reason to connect with you on a deeper level. Stories also make complex ideas easier to understand. Instead of bombarding your team with endless data, use a story to illustrate your point. Studies have shown that leaders who use storytelling are more likely to inspire trust and loyalty from their teams. Think about how you can weave stories into your communication. For instance, if you're sharing a vision for the future, instead of outlining dry statistics, tell a story about how that vision has impacted someone's life or the lives of your team members. This emotional connection makes the message stick, and people will respect you for the way you communicate. Take Steve Jobs as an example. He didn't just talk about products at Apple, He told stories about how technology could change the world. He used narrative to get his audience to buy into his vision. His ability to communicate through stories made his message resonate far beyond the product itself. And storytelling isn't limited to speeches. It can be part of your everyday interactions. Next time you're leading a meeting, share a quick anecdote about a challenge you faced or an insight you gained. This humanizes you as a leader and fosters respect. Chapter 6. Mirror, Match, and Lead. Mastering the art of relatable leadership. One powerful, yet often overlooked, technique in leadership communication is mirroring and matching. This refers to subtly mimicking the body language, speech patterns, or energy of those you're communicating with. Psychologist Albert Mehrabian's research on nonverbal communication reveals that 55% of how we communicate is through body language, 38% through tone of voice, and only 7% through words. When leaders mirror the body language of others, they create a sense of trust and understanding. Mirroring works because it helps people feel like you understand them. When you adjust your body language to match theirs, it signals that you're in sync with them and their emotions. This is especially useful in one-on-one conversations. For instance, if someone leans in to speak to you, leaning in slightly shows you're engaged. If they're speaking softly, adjust your tone to match theirs. This doesn't mean mimicking them exactly, it's about creating rapport and building a connection. But mirroring isn't just about body language. It also involves matching the emotional tone of the conversation. If someone is excited or passionate, match their energy to some degree. If they're calm and serious, adopt a more measured tone. This builds respect because it shows you're paying attention to their emotional state, and it makes you seem more relatable as a leader. A study published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior showed that people who use mirroring in conversations are more likely to build rapport and trust with others. In leadership, trust is critical. The more you mirror and match your team members, the more likely they are to feel understood, respected, and motivated by your leadership. One tip: don't overdo it. Too much mirroring can seem fake. Keep it subtle, and allow the conversation to flow naturally. When you do it right, mirroring and matching can help create deeper, more meaningful connections with your team. Don't forget to subscribe for more leadership insights and tips. Hit the notification bell so you're always the first to know when a new video is live.